Guys, Jen here. So since I'm stuck sitting in the car at a red light, today I am here at Kennedy Space Center because today, May 28th, is their very first reopening day. This is going to be very interesting because I think this is going to be, sorry about my blinker, very similar to how Disney reworks their park access. So I am an annual pass holder to Kennedy Space Center. I don't have open access to Kennedy Space Center right now. I have to call the pass holder number and reserve my day and a specific time for arrival. Because not only are you booking a day, here at Kennedy you have to book a time. They're breaking up how many people are going through the turnstiles at a time to give more social distancing. So I chose 10:30. It is now 10:13 and the line isn't moving. I've already been here for almost 10 minutes. So I don't know what's going on. Guessing they're still working on some hiccups here. Of people are here for the grand reopening. Today is the day that Kennedy Space Center reopens, and there's a lot of people waiting to get in. Oh my. So update, it is now 10:25 and I am almost to the light. I still haven't even made it into the entrance. So I hope this is not a precursor of what Disney's gonna be like when it reopens, because this is chaos. So it's complete anarchy. Cars are not following the red light. This is crazy. I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna try to zoom in, how far on the opposite end the line goes of cars trying to get in. There really should be somebody out here like managing this because it's nuts. Oh, now you can really see. But so I made it like halfway through the turn. All the cars behind me completely block the road, so I hope nobody's trying to go straight. But I can see the ticket booth. I just can't get there. It is now 10:31. I'm supposed to be entering right now through the turnstiles. I'm still not to the parking booth yet. So this will be very interesting to see how they're managing this, because I'm supposed to be in the group entering through the turnstiles at 10:30, but I've been sitting here for almost 30 minutes and haven't even been able to get through the ticket booth, the parking booth. So I hope I don't have an issue getting in. Update, it is now 10:43 a.m. and I have just made it to the actual gates to enter property. Still haven't made it to the parking booth. So it is now exactly 11 o'clock. I'm almost to the parking attendant. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am the 9th car. There's an end in sight. Woohoo! 11:09 and I'm officially through. I'm heading to parking. So one thing you'll see, sorry, through my dirty bug-covered windows, is all the buses for the tours, similar to Disney, are parked in the parking lot, because there are no bus tours right now for the foreseeable future. Sorry for the shaking, but because I'm already a half hour past my entrance time, I do need to walk and film at the same time. But oh, it is hot today. It is 11 o'clock. It's already, I think, in the 90s, or close to right around 90. It's supposed to break 95 today without the heat index. So it's gonna be a rough one. This will be a good test for the mask. It is not very often that you get to walk up here and there is not a single person in the picture. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm about to head up to get my bag and temperature checked, and then I should be able to head on in. And I guess because there's no will call booths right now, because you have to have your tickets in advance, They have a little store set up right in front of it. I made it. I am in. So there is a lot of changes that have happened with the reopening. So I'm going to go through some of them as we get in today. So as you walk in, the Rocket Garden itself is open, and the Heroes and Legends is open, as well as the Nature and Technology is open. So for this, where it talks about a guided tour check-in, they won't be doing the regular tours of the Rocket Garden, the free ones, and there are no tours in the back. However, there is an option for $49.95. You can pay for a very small group guided tour added onto your day. Okay, so only half of the Rocket Garden is open. Half of it is completely blocked off where you can't even get over there. And they've moved one of the capsules from where it was behind the wall to out front. So I will have to pull footage from when I was here last time, because can you see that little white cap right there? That's the one that I got into that you no longer have access to.
Oh my goodness.
In about 2 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, quick, take a picture.
That's cool.
That's how you gotta stay for 3 days. Right across.
They've completely closed down the playground and just have construction barriers, so you can't get over there at all. So it looks like this isn't because of COVID. It looks like they're actually expanding and putting something new here, because this, I don't know what this is. So either, oh wait, this is the entrance to Hero Legends. So this building is gonna be brand new. So they're actually building a whole new building over here. Ooh, I can't wait. So the new Mars rover is still open to look at. However, the tours are closed, and it looks like the Starbucks is closed as well. And this is the new spot for the take your photo with a space person. So it looks like they will be behind the rope. You stand in front of it and get your picture taken. The space shop is open. We'll head into there later just to see what it looks like. So please note that the IMAX theater has been closed because they're refurbishing it. So that is not a COVID closure. That was closed beforehand because they're completely gutting it and redoing it. So the Orbit Cafe is open. I will probably get a soda on my way out. Just have something to drink other than water. But we're gonna head over this way because I know the Atlantis experience has changed, and I just want to see how much. So usually this whole area is full of people waiting to get on the bus tours, the free ones and the pre-purchase ones. And this is the area where the bus tours drop off, and it is super weird to see it completely empty. So here we are. So here's the Rocket Garden. Here's where you come in. And this is this whole area is going to be a whole new building. That's exciting. So again, it's so weird to see no people around. This is really awesome. There's usually like a ton of people. You usually can't even get a picture of this without people standing in the way. I'm enjoying this. You don't realize just how small you are until you are standing at the bottom of one of these and look up. So the orange is the fuel tank that was used, a replica of a fuel tank that was used for the Atlantis. And the two white things are the actual rocket boosters. And then the space shuttle was attached to the outside of this. All right, let's head on in. And it's another door. So the Atlantis is one of the coolest buildings I've ever been in. So it's a big circular building, so there's no steps. So it's just a slowly inclining ramp the whole way. And there's these gorgeous murals that kind of give quotes and stuff about the Atlantis program. It's just wicked cool. You have a really cool view of like the main complex, a little bit of the Rocket Garden. You can see Blue Origin across the street. Very cool view from up here. This is the normal waiting area before you head into the pre-show. And this here is the pre-show room, and I don't want to reveal it yet. This is the coolest pre-show because all the white that you see are screens. Of course, they're not oops, I totally ruined it. They're not doing the pre-show right now to kind of cut crowds down. So it's just the reveal. So this is the actual Atlantis space shuttle. This went into space. This just like gives me chills every time. The first time they did the reveal, I actually cried. So I'm super zoomed in. This is the underside of the Atlantis space shuttle. I love that you can see how it's made of a bunch of individual patterns, and you can also see like all the damage it's taken over the years and where they've had to replace them. Which ones are older, which ones are newer, burn marks. Like, it is just so cool. And I actually have to stand pretty far back because this is like 3 stories up, and it gives me the worst vertigo I've ever had to stand too close to the edge. So I must say, astronaut food has greatly improved over the years since they first started. I mean, they have like the pre-packaged chicken, like they have the tuna in pouches, they have the chicken tetrazzini, that's dried strawberries, cereal, crackers, that's like a cheese spread, M&Ms, even though it's called candy coated chocolate, they're M&Ms. They have butter cookies, oh, so much stuff. They have mac and cheese, beef pate, sounds gross. Oh no, that's a beef patty, that's a hamburger. Never mind. They have salads, and then they have a strawberry breakfast drink, and they have tea. Very cool. It's really hard to comprehend just how big this is until you're standing next to just one of the 3 boosters. There's a spot where they have a replica where I can get nice and close and show you how big these really are. But, oh my gosh, let me zoom in on this. Do you see all the damage on these? Like, this is real. Like, this is what actually happens to these in space. They get beat up. And I love that they didn't pretty it up before they put it in here. They left it as it is to show you the real deal. So this is one of the boosters. It's huge. Like, I'm standing at the back of it, and it is taller than I am. And because it's a circle, like, it's bigger than me all the way around. Like, there's no way, and I'd have to go probably about halfway in before I could touch the bottom and the top at the same time. But it echoes, echo! Oh, I hope that's coming up on the camera. That is so cool. But this is where the exhaust came out, and it would come out at temperatures so high, almost 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's just insanity. And that was just one I was standing at. The Space Shuttle Atlantis had 3 of those exhausts. That's a lot of output, and that's some extremely ridiculously high temperatures. I didn't even notice the little markers on the ground. So it's interesting. It took a very long time to get inside, but there was not very many people in the parking lot, and it's not too bad in here for how little is actually open, although there's a lot of people up here. And they do have touchless hand sanitizer throughout, which is nice. Oh, this is interesting. They've put plexiglass doors, because you used to be able to go in and play around and sit in the seats and touch all the buttons, and you can no longer do that. So some of the games are still available because these are Kinect style games anyway. So you can, oh, apparently I started the game. Okay.
Spacewalks required.
And the cameras must be off because it's just a black square. But I am locked into the suit.
Use your arm to select a mission, then wait for the blue circle. Use the hammer.
Okay, I'm doing the Hubble solar panel. Okay, totally wasn't listening to what I was supposed to be doing.
Hit the solar panel a few times with the hammer.
Wow, it does not work. It's not letting me hit it. There we go, got one. Oop, I have to keep, apparently I'm doing it. I just have to hold
your
on.
arms to release the panel.
It's not working. Oh, I did it. Was I supposed to let it go float into space? I don't think I did that right.
Great job.
Oh,
Maybe working for
I did
NASA could be in your future.
Sweet. And then here we have a replica of the Hubble telescope. I'm going to kind of back up so you can get the true scope of how big this is floating out in the atmosphere. So there is one still floating up there, and that's how we got a lot of our pictures like these of the galaxies and the far reaches of space. We learned so much from this telescope. It's unbelievable. I gotta say, this had to be the scariest thing anyone has ever done. This is Bruce McCandless. He was the very first person to fly the MMU, which is their spacesuit with the rocket boosters, with the little jetpack in space. So he was not attached to the space shuttle. He was free floating in space. I can't imagine how that must have felt. But he summed it up as, it may have been one small step for Neil, but it's a heck of a big leap for me, and I believe it. So all of the children's play areas are currently closed for safety. So you used to be able to let your kids climb through. This is like a replica of the International Space Station, so they can get a feel of what it would like to be an astronaut up in the ISS. So this breaks my heart. This used to be my favorite way to get downstairs. Me and the kids, Lee wouldn't do it, but you would run through, so it would be kind of how they banked to slow themselves down. And then the ride, the slide down, simulated the landing and how fast they would come in. But alas, now we just have to do it the boring way. We gotta walk. So this is really cool. This wall, which you don't see if you take the slide, is all the patches from all the different Space Shuttle Atlantis missions. So every time the space shuttle went into space, they made one of these patches, and it had the names of everybody that was on board. So these are really cool. These are highly collectible. They sell replica patches from every mission. But, and some of them are just wicked cool. Okay, so I've literally never walked down here, and this is the coolest hallway ever. I think this is supposed to be, we're in re-entry now, so this is like the red of the burn of entering the atmosphere. Oh yeah, you can see it, how it's burning from re-entering the atmosphere. This is so cool. Although, to be honest, given the chance, I would 100,000% still take the slide. And then from below, you kind of really get a good idea of how big it is. Crazy. So a lot of their things are still open in here. Like here's an example of how they eat inside the space shuttle and what their little dining cab looks like with their table and their little cubbies for all the different foods. And then here's how they sleep. They get into a sleeping bag standing up, and then they put in, you know, their earplugs and their eye patch, and that's how they sleep. It's gotta be, you're zero gravity, so you don't necessarily know you're standing up, but it's gotta be weird to sleep standing up. Did you ever wonder how an astronaut goes to the bathroom in the space station? Well, let me tell you how. They have to strap on. There's a camera. You have to use the camera to angle your body to hit the hole. Wow, that's crazy. Minor coaxing. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And this is what the actual toilet looks like. So there's the camera. That's kind of what they see. And the camera is inside, so they can line everything up to actually go. And this used to be open, so you could actually sit in it to get the full, like the full idea of what's going on. Although I don't think the camera is actually going to show anything, but it's closed. So the shuttle launch experience is like an encapsulated VR thing. So you're put in a little capsule and it simulates actually taking off. So you feel like the G's and stuff, similar to like a mission space type thing at Disney. However, it is currently closed. And it also looks like all the high touch interactive games are closed. The only ones that are open are the ones that use the Kinect type technology, so that you're not actually touching anything. So this is what they call the Astro Van. It is a renovated Airstream camper that they modified. They used this for 27 years. They no longer use this. They've upgraded their technology. What's really cool about this van is it was modified by the seats where they could hook up to their spacesuits, so they could keep air conditioning ventilating their suits while they were traveling to the space shuttle, so they wouldn't overheat on the ride over. So this is very cool. This is, I'm assuming this is a replica. This doesn't specify that it's the actual one, but this is the prototype of the Atlantis space shuttle. So they went from this to that. That's unbelievable. And it looks like the Atlantis gift shop is closed. So it looks like the only full gift shop that's open is the main gift shop. So this is a little memory walk. It commemorates the members of the Columbia mission, failed Columbia mission, and the failed Challenger mission. This one is specifically important to me because I watched this happen live. I remember sitting in school, they had it like on the TVs, so we watched it launch and we watched it blow, and I remember the teacher getting up and shutting off the TV, and I was young. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I know I was in elementary school, so it was very hard to grasp what happened. And I've just always felt a tug on the heartstrings whenever anyone mentions a specific Challenger mission. So with the gift shop being closed, the exit is actually the emergency exit. So these aren't alarmed or anything. So you kind of come out on the back side. So like right here, this is a public viewing area for space launches. The Kennedy Space Center was closed yesterday, so I believe this was reserved. It was not open to the public. I'm hoping, I have to see if I can get a spot for Saturday so I can try and come and see the launch. So this is cool. When I was here with my dad, we didn't come over here. And the last time I was here with Jeremy, this area did not exist with all these photo ops, but they have all these fun photo ops. And I can't see anything, my glasses are so fogged. But they have ones you can stick your face in. They have kind of ones you walk in between, so you're kind of, it's like a 3D effect. Oh, that one's cool. I really, really like this. This is awesome. So now to return to the main section of the park, you would head to the left, because as you can see, the front of the Atlantis building, but we're actually going to come over this way. I don't think we're at the right time of the day for the names to be lit up, but I want to show you this. So when I'll turn around, you'll see the actual memorial, but this is the astronauts memorial wall behind me, and it commemorates everybody who lost their lives in the pursuit of space travel, all the astronauts. Oh, very cool, it's working. So you can see how the sunlight reflects through the back of it and lights up the names. This is so cool. I think this right here sums up Kennedy Space Center perfect. You can see the reflection of the memorial wall and the Atlantis rocket boosters and fuel tank in the background. You have the American flag just blowing straight out because it's windy today. This is it. This is what it's about. So leaving here, you can walk back around the front by the Atlantis building and by the bus tours. We're going to take a little shortcut behind the Orbit Cafe. So actually now that I'm behind the memorial wall, I can see that it looks like they added light bars. So it's not sunlight lighting them up, it's an actual, like an LED light. So it looks like what they're building is a giant indoor play area. Wow, what an interesting time we are living in. Oh no, it's not that building. So the IMAX theater is no longer an IMAX theater. It's being, I guess they've removed that for the play area. So that's interesting. So last time I was here, I talked about how the restrooms are open. They've completely closed the restrooms on this side now. So you no longer have access to them. So again, the IMAX is being turned into the play area. The building all the way to the left, I went in with my dad and Jeremy. I'll insert a quick clip of that right here. This is the mock-up design for the new 7-person crew spacecraft that'll go to and from the ISS, delivering goods and crew. And the Journey to Mars building, which looks like it has a lot of people going in and out, I also did with my dad and Jeremy. So actually, I think I will head into that because I want to see what it looks like. So they do have hand sanitizer as you walk in. There is a lot of people in here, but it's also air conditioned, so I'm cool with that. So the seating is open. There is an actual show that runs every 30 minutes, but they do like a fun quiz thing in the meantime. I gotta say, people are doing a very good job of keeping spacing. So one thing I noticed is the big screens are off, so they don't want you touching those. But the high touch games in here are open and available for play. Now, interesting enough, the Journey to Mars Explorers 1 interactive game I played with Jeremy has been completely removed. Like, they've taken all the game consoles just completely out of the building. So I wonder when they'll be back so Jerm can play again. So while I'm over here, I'm going to run across into the NASA shop because one of the employees I was talking to, the Space Center employee, said they sell the masks here. So I'm curious as to how much they are, because Kay likes the cloth masks better than these paper ones. So I 100% need Kennedy to make this specific design in a mask. And you can still buy the traditional freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches here and freeze-dried strawberries. They are $4.99 a piece. I was just never a fan of these. Oh, they also have freeze-dried apple slices. So they kind of have it. I want the throwback one. But these are $14.99 a piece. That is crazy expensive. But these are 100% made in the USA. Although they're polyester, I wonder how hot they would be. I do get a discount. So the Universe Theater is currently closed. And it doesn't look like the Rocket Garden Cafe has opened yet, so it looks like that's staying closed. Looks like only the Orbit Cafe is open for food. But I got one. This is a lot easier to breathe through, surprisingly, than the paper mask. So, but it's black on the inside, so we'll just have to see how hot it gets. But so far, it's not fogging up my glasses. I love that it says I need my space. And I can breathe easier in it. So I wound up paying $13.49 with my annual pass discount, but if this works better and I can actually breathe with it, money well spent. So as the day gets later, it is definitely getting busier. There's a lot more people walking around, and it's getting hotter. And the only other building is the Hero and Legends, but I think I'm going to skip that again because it's just a memorial to all the astronauts. So I think we're gonna head on out. So as it stands right now, Kennedy Space Center with what is open is a half-day park. They realize that though because they have cut their price in half. So to drive all the way out here, you would need something else to do. So for that, I'm gonna meet up with Ryan and he's gonna show me some fun little things that are outside of the park and free and fun to do. So it is now 12:30 and the line to get in is extremely long. So I suggest, highly suggest booking a morning time to get in. Otherwise you're gonna be standing out in a very long line. Okay, so I totally take back the, well, let's just say that polyester cloth mask is not for me. Kay will love it because it's exactly what she wants. For me, maybe just because it was black, if it was a white material it may have been better, but I was like, my face was drenched just from where I filmed that clip to walk to the car, which was not even 5 minutes. So definitely going to be switching back to the paper mask. But one thing I forgot to talk about, now I don't know if these are being given out all the time now, or if it was just for today on reopening day because I knew there would be some hiccups. I received a complimentary ticket to come back in 2021. So I can bring Lee or somebody next time, and it's good between January 1st and December 25th of, wow, I could come next Christmas. I don't think I would spend Christmas Day here though. But that might be cool because they do a really cool Christmas event here that I didn't get to go to last year. So maybe I'll save this and take Lee with me. And it's something me and Lee can do together. But now I am off on another adventure. Ryan just sent me GPS coordinates. So I have to, but it's like a link so I can bring up a map so I can do my Apple Maps. So I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I'm headed there. So the parking lot is much fuller now. Ooh, Ryan is taking me over a bridge. I literally don't even, well, I was in Titusville. I don't know if it's still considered Titusville on the other side of the bridge. I have no clue where I am. This is crazy. And it is pouring over there, and that rain needs to stay over there. So let's just talk about how Ryan gave me GPS directions for right here. Do you see a way to enter anything? So I'm assuming I'm going to that Canaveral National Park or whatever. Oh wait, do I turn in here? I literally don't know where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that was like, I don't know what that was. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Ryan didn't give me directions to the entrance of wherever I'm supposed to go. He gave me directions to the middle of where I was supposed to go. So this should be fun. So the last sign I passed said the Merritt Island National Refuge Visitor Center is 1.5 miles ahead. So we're gonna do that. And the visitor center's closed. Awesome. So if you see the Jeep ahead of me, the kids found me, and I'm going way too slow. I'm doing like 10 miles under the speed limit. But yeah, so I'm just following them because they actually know where they're going. So this way I don't need some wonky GPS coordinates that put me into something like that. So yeah, an adventure's about to begin, guys. Yay! I love new stuff. Well, that's the trail we were going to drive, but it's closed. So we're gonna go find something else to do. So I don't know if you can hear me at all. Oh! No, stop! That was my hat blowing right off my head. There is a good like 40-mile-an-hour wind right now. This is amazing. You can see just the funnel of rain as it's slowly making its way this way. But Kennedy Space Center is over there. So the launch pad is like back that way somewhere. I truly don't know if you can hear me or not. Because the scenic drive we were gonna do is closed. We just hit the beach point right here on the side of the road. So, slight change of venue. I hopped in the car with Chloe and Ryan because there are some off-roading trails that are open. However, my little car can't handle that. So we hopped into the Jeep. And this is kind of probably what we're going to be going through. The Jeep can handle it, my car would sink. Oh, this one's going to be fun. Oh, this one looks real deep. Oh God. It is so pretty out here. Oh my gosh. Now the big Kennedy Space Center building's right over there. The launch pads I think are right that way, but it's all under rain right now, so you can't really see any of it. I didn't know there were horseshoe crabs here. There's a horseshoe crab shell. Do you see the blob right there? And there's another one right there. Those are jellyfish. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. There's one up there too. So yeah, there will be zero chance of me ever setting my feet in this water because I don't do jellyfish. Yo, these fish are crazy. They keep jumping out of water. Chloe said they're called mullets and they do that to escape predators. That's pretty wild, but I don't see what's trying to eat them though. So apparently the jellies in this water, like that little guy right over there, don't sting, but I ain't taking no chances. I will find the one jelly on the Atlantic seaboard that can sting in brackish water. And now we're off to the next spot. And that was the end because the road was closed. So no going forward. Gotta go back. So here you actually get a much better picture of the space, what's that, the Shuttle Assembly Building?
The VAB.
The VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building. I knew it was something like that. And the launch pads Is it where those 3 are, or is it a different one?
Nope, those are.
So if you see those 3 antennas in this directly to the right of that tall tree, that is where the rocket is currently sitting with the Dragon capsule on top of it to hopefully go up this Saturday. This is so pretty. I love it out here. We're down at the Cape Canaveral National Seashore. We are down by the boat and kayak ramp. The boat ramp was closed. The kayak ramp is open. It's actually like right there. I'll walk you over and show you. But this is amazing. One, this wind, it's beautiful out here. Like I'm in heaven, and it's just stunningly beautiful. I love the Atlantic side. Of course, I haven't actually seen the Gulf side, so that may be prettier, but I'm just an Atlantic coast girl. I've never seen a kayak ramp before. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Brian could even handle doing this. Yep. You just drive right in. That's crazy. And now one thing is this is usually full of water, and these normally connect, but there's so little water right now that like you could walk through here. It's all dry. And oh my God, there's so many bugs. Can you see them? I don't know if they're even coming up. Oh, these are all shells. Whoa, that is so cool. Oh my gosh, can you guys see the teeny tiny crabs crawling out of the water? What? Look at the crab. Oh my gosh, now this is what I love. Dude, he's so big, he's beautiful. This is wicked cool. Let's see, they're crawling around in the mangrove roots. I don't see any moving right now. That one just climbed a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Look at them underneath you. Get down lower. Can you see him?
Oh yeah, there's one right there. And that bird is annoying. Can you guys see all the minnows? This is crazy. We got him. Oh my gosh, look. I got one. There he is. Oh my God, he's so cute. I mean, literally, he's like the size of a quarter in real life. Like, it's the most adorable thing. I don't know if you can see it up in there. Can you just see all the claws moving around? There is
Fiddler crabs.
Tons of them. It's amazing. This is the coolest thing ever. So for those of you kids stuck in homeschool, here is your science lesson for today. This is the shedded skin of a baby horseshoe crab. It is so cool and so tiny, just like a snail or anything. As they grow, they shed their skin. But look, that's how light it is. I mean, they weigh nothing. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a snake right there. I don't want to aggravate it. I just want to get close enough that you can, oh.
There we go.
He's running away from us. Oh, look at him go. He's so cute. Oh, bye, snake. We're not messing with you. Oh, the turkey vulture stopping. Oh, and there's another one stopping by to say hi. All I wanted to see was an alligator. I've seen everything but an alligator. What the heck? Okay, can you see the pink spoonbill? I've literally never seen one outside of Animal Kingdom or SeaWorld. I've never like seen one in real time life, so this is so exciting. And he's fishing. I'm trying not to spook him. I did it! I found a croc in the wild! Careful or he might bite ya! Okay, this is so cool out here. I'm definitely gonna have to bring the kids out. And here's another little fun science lesson. If you ever see a little hole like that in a riverbed, that is a fish nest. So that is where fish will spawn their eggs. It's the only one I see right here. There's a possible one right there, but I can't really tell because of how murky it is.
Sand and then leave it behind.
So that's cool. These are all little sand holes, and all these little bubbles and granular sands are what they spit out.
That's what they've already eaten. They've already picked through it.
Can you see the fiddler crab in the nest on the right? He's so cute. He's sitting there watching us.
Oh, I see it.
The one on the left went running. That was big. This is where we'll see the gator when it comes after us. So now that the storm's passed, you can see Kennedy, the vehicle assembly building, really well from over here. And again, the launch pad's like over that way. Ooh, the sky is getting scary looking, and there's like non-stop flashes of lightning up ahead in the sky. I think I'm about to drive into some scary, scary, scary stuff. Ooh, you can see the front of the storm over there. It's really raining hard over there. And my house is over there, and apparently it's torrential downpouring over there as well. So hopefully I can just shoot through the middle where it's not too bad. I've never seen flooding this bad ever. Like, I don't know how the car in the right lane is not dead. The water's literally like, no, the water is over their front hood. I don't know how they're still driving. There's waves on 192. So I made it home, but this is my corner. It is so flood. I don't know how my car did not get stuck in that. It is so wet. And we've lived here for several years now. We've never had water this high in our driveway. Like, you can't see where the driveway ends and the lawn begins. Like, this is insane. I've never seen anything like this ever since we've lived here.